But yeah, the question or the topic is, why cheat when you can just leave, right? The mentality behind, I'm gonna stay even though I'm unhappy, clearly, but then go and fuck around with someone else for what we all know is probably or more than likely just going to be a temporary fix, like a temporary, you just getting a nut, basically, right? I'm really trying to understand why that culture even exists. Like, it's literally become a culture. The whole, I'm gonna have sides, I'm gonna have multiples, I'm gonna be overly promiscuous, I'm gonna fuck around with this person, that whole mentality of may the best person win, may the best woman win, may the best man win, like that whole competitive whole shit, like. And let's not even get started on the money hungry, manipulative, like scammer, like motherfuckers glorifying that fucking lifestyle. Like, I'm not even gonna get started on that shit. Just real basically, why fucking cheat when you can just leave? When you can just be the fuck out and be single and fuck who you want to fuck and do what you want to do, and you can move how you want to move. Because when you're single, you can do what the fuck you want to do. That's what I understand. Like, motherfuckers will see somebody, be attracted to them, want to take them off the market, right? Want to give them the world, want to do everything in their power to get them in their life. And then some time goes by, because see, that's what happens, is everybody rushes the fuck into these situations anyway nowadays. Niggas and bitches is not waiting to fuck, okay? Niggas and bitches is not taking their time to court and to do all this other stuff. And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen at all, but what I'm saying is, overall, in general, in generalities, I'm speaking in generalities, most of these situations now, most of these situationships, that shouldn't even be a fucking term. Like, all the fact is, and this is what it really boils down to, the fact is that too many people have become comfortable with and have become accustomed to a lifestyle that dictates, hey, it's okay for me to get in this relationship. It's okay for me to get into a relationship and fuck around. It's okay for me to get into a relationship, fuck around, all type of shit go on. You got a side kid, or brought something back to the relationship, STDs and all types of other shit, out here being promiscuous because you wanted a quick nut. Like, and it's not just men. No. Don't think it's just men. It's 2020. It's hot. It's the hot girl shit, right? It's not just niggas. It's not. But that's an even deeper issue. Let's, because I keep wanting to go, because there's so many like branch off type issues that we could get into that spin off of this one issue, right? We could go all the way back. We could say, oh, well, the division of the home and the lack of parents and the lack of examples, and then men have become soft and women have become hard, and women have become just like niggas, and men have become soft and have become simps and fragile and fucking all this other shit. Listen, a whole generation of people came up without positive reinforcement, without positive examples, without men showing boys how to be men, without women showing women how to be women, showing girls how to be women, how to grow up to be women, classy, women and upstanding and respectable men. That's a deeper issue that causes these toxic, and I swear I told myself I was going to say that word in 2021, because 2020 just really had me fed up with that fucking word. But it really is, by definition, toxic. This whole culture right now is toxic as shit. Let me go knock this bitch up. Oh, I love her. No. You just didn't want the next nigga to have her. You saw a nice pair of tits, a nice ass, and ladies, I'm not trying to objectify you, but I'm just speaking out loud a man's mentality. She got a nice ass. She got nice body, nice shape. She put together nice. I see she got some pieces working. She got her hair done. She got her fucking nails. She seems like she on her boss shit. Little do you know that bitch goes back home and sleeps on a fucking blow up mattress. But you decide to get with her. Woo-de-woo-de-woo. And the first time she opens her mouth to express to you how she feels, or something goes awry, or something doesn't go the way you want it to go, or maybe you come home and one night she's just really not feeling it. Like, not to say that women don't want sex just as much as us, but what are you doing as a man that's caused her to be turned off? What are you, or not doing, should I say? Because a lot of times it's not what you're doing, it's what you're not doing that causes a woman to not even really be all that interested in having sex with you. Not because she doesn't love you, not because she's not faithful to you, not because, oh, she on her whole shit. No. Because you're doing something, or you're behaving in a way, or you're saying something, or your actions or your words have basically made her feel like, no, I don't want that right now. And the first second that a woman tells you no, your first line of thinking is, well, if what you won't do, another motherfucker will. But see, the problem lies, and that's actually true. But the problem lies is, you don't leave Susie alone. You don't leave whoever the fuck alone. You want to keep her in your little bubble. Because see, motherfuckers move too fast. Y'all living together now. Or you got a kid on the way now, and all type of shit. All within 6 months, all within a year, all within a short period of fucking time. And you wonder why all these relationships are not working. You haven't even spent the time to get to know a motherfucker. My girl now, I knew her a decade before I even got with her. More than a decade, actually. Over a dozen years, I knew her. We both went our separate ways, and life happened, and blah blah blah, and then we came together. Now, I'm not saying everything's been perfect. We've had our ups and downs, we've had our fights, we've had our arguments, but not once would I contemplate going out here and put my dick in something else. It's tempting. Don't get me wrong. I'm just as human as anybody else. Every man is just as human as every other man. Every woman is just as human as every other woman. The temptations are out there between social media, between, like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, like all these different outlets. Ladies, you can go see fine men all day long. Fellas, you can go see fine women all day long. You don't know them from jump. You don't know them from a can of paint. You're probably never going to meet them, probably never going to be around them. But they're good to look at, right? There's plenty of temptation out there, right? But my issue here is, if you want something else, and you clearly want something else, like, because if you're to the point where, niggas, if you're to the point where you want to go fuck something else, you clearly want something else. There's something clearly about that woman that's just, So why not just leave? Why not just end the relationship? One, because you don't want to be by yourself. Because that's the risk that you take. You're in a stable relationship, right? The risk that you take is, while you're in that relationship and you fuck around on that relationship, you could end up alone, right? Or say you don't leave that relationship and you go find somebody else, and then your relationship finds out and they end it with you, and all that other person was just a nut. And if by a slim chance that other person feels the same way about it, well, guess what? Now you're left at ground zero. Now you're left with nothing. Because you had somebody else that was on the same page as you. They were just trying to get it in. They were just on some, all right. And then you got this that you hurt, that doesn't want anything to do with you. So now you're stuck sitting looking stupid by yourself. When you could have just made the conscious decision, hey, you know what? And you could have done it respectfully too. Listen, I really don't think things are working out. There are some red flags that I can't ignore, and this just isn't going to work for me. And if you need to write that down, feel free, because that can be one of the most liberating things, is to sit there and say, and be honest with yourself and be honest with your partner. Listen, this just isn't working out. I hate to sound like somebody's employer, but like, I see this going in a different direction. Just say that. Just be upfront about it. Just be real about it. Be honest with yourself and be honest with your partner. I'm not feeling this anymore. This is not doing it for me anymore. The love is gone. I'm attracted to someone else. Hell, a lot of times, if you just communicate with each other, you'd find out. Like, say, for example, your lady might not even know, hey, I'm pent up right now. I'm sexually frustrated right now. She might not be, men often say, oh, we're not mind readers. Well, women aren't mind readers either, bruh. Sometimes you have to open your mouth and communicate to your partner. I'm trying to be as PC as I can. I can only speak from what I understand. Men and women relationships. But this also, applies to the LGBTQ plus community as well. So please, nobody take offense to my wordage, But your partner, if they're dropping the ball, maybe they're not doing something, like, communicate. That would solve that. Like, you'd be surprised how many issues would be resolved. Like, and y'all might argue, it might turn it, because women don't, and I'm not trying to generalize, but a lot of women don't like to feel attacked. Men, I'll be fair, men and women don't like to feel attacked, right? So, A, we have to be receptive to what's being talked about, and B, we have to be able to open our fucking mouth and say what needs to be said. Hey, you wasn't sucking enough dick. Can I get some head? Like, you shouldn't have to ask your girl that. But listen, if that's how you feel, find a nice way to say it. Don't say it like I just said it. Find a nice way to say it, a nice way to come about it. Maybe a joke or maybe something to help you out. I don't know. But maybe that communication would get you what it is that you wanted in the first place, and now you don't have to go outside to go elsewhere to get it. And I'm not going to talk in circles on that. That's just that's facts. Just period. The communication could resolve a lot of that. Now, let's fast forward. Say the communication didn't fucking work, right? Say the communication didn't work. Y'all just aren't seeing eye to eye. It's just not, like, y'all aren't going to see any middle ground. It's time to dissolve that relationship. Out of respect for each other. Ladies, don't start replying back to them niggas that's been in your inbox, because they say women already, they may not cheat, but they already know who's next, right? And y'all do that. Don't lie. Y'all do that. And if you don't do it, you talk to your homegirls about the possibility of doing it, or the possibility of who would have next. Y'all talk about this shit. Don't front. Don't cat me the fuck down, because I know. Let me cut this shit off. Because I know. I see friends' text messages. Y'all girlfriends text messages. I've seen plenty of those in the past to know. I've seen the group chats. Enough to know. Y'all ladies, y'all know. Y'all ain't slick. Y'all are not innocent. Y'all know what the fuck is going on. But maybe at that point it's time for y'all to just, dissolve that relationship. Ladies, if it's not working out for you, sit that man down. First, talk about it. I'm not saying just pull the trigger and just dip right away. Talk about it. Try and talk it out first. Try and resolve it first. If it's some shit that y'all can just talk out and maybe get to the bottom of and come to an agreement, or at least some type of compromise, that I encourage that first. But the key here is, before you cheat, before you step out on somebody who sacrificed, and I'm gonna take it to the street real quick, that sacrificed their hoes. Cause let's be honest, when you're single, you got a little roster, male or female. You got a roster, you got a team. Ladies, you got a date night nigga, you got a toxic dick nigga, you got a help me with my bills here or there nigga, you got a and if you don't, you get what I'm saying. You get the concept, right? You've got options. Fellas, same thing. When you're single, you got a whole harem of options, right? Well, in that relationship, unless it's just beyond toxic, unless it's just beyond repair, unless it's just not, you can't work it out. There's nothing you can do about it. It's not workable. You've talked, till your face was blue, and all right, now it's time to pull the trigger. Before you go out here, fellas, dipping in, and ladies, before you turn around and just end it, just dub it, because I don't understand. And this is coming from somebody who, in his younger years, oh yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say I've never, because I have. 21, 22, 23, yeah, in that little sweet spot. In the younger years, when a nigga was really, really, really popping out in the streets, yeah. But then I fucked around and got cheated on, and that's all it took for me. That was the only lesson I needed. That smacked me in the face, like, it humbled me a whole fucking lot. It gave me a whole different perspective on how I treat women, how I treat my significant other, how I assess who my significant other is going to be. I'd have had fine ass women. I'd have had 10s, 12s in my lifetime that won't shit. I'd have had 6s and 7s that were fucking on point. The best women you fucking know. Good hearts, good values. What's good, homie? Good values, But then I've also dated some fine, 10, 12 fine ass that were all the way, and shit just didn't work out. And that just happens. That's life. But don't go out here because this is what really happens when you do that. And I'll leave it at this. I'm gonna wrap it up with this, because what really happens when you do that is this vicious cycle. It just happens over and over and over. So then the man goes out and hurts the woman. The woman becomes bitter. Niggas ain't shit at that point. She don't care what you got to say. She ain't trying to hear shit. She's hurt. She's in her bag, right? All because you wanted to go dip and fuck around. When you could have just had a conversation with her, save both of y'all a lot of hurt, and maybe y'all still be together. Ladies, don't be afraid to talk to your man. If you're afraid to talk to your man and you're afraid to open your mouth to your man, you definitely need to leave. Because that means there's some underlying fear that's there because of something else. Fellas, don't be afraid to talk to your woman. Now, ladies, I will say this. Please be, and I'm asking, I'm not telling, I'm asking, please be more receptive when your man comes to you to talk to you about how he feels. Let me say that again. Ladies, please be open to, please be more receptive to when your man comes to you to communicate with you how he feels. Men can have feelings just as much. You want these hard ass, thug ass, ass niggas. Those be the niggas that's got the most emotional fucking problems in the world. Those nice guys that you turn down all the time in your inbox, they got their shit together. But you go and chase after these niggas. Those are the niggas that got the most issues. Those are the niggas that got the most deep lying, underlying fucking emotional scars and emotional problems. Those are the niggas that didn't have fucking fathers and and didn't have a proper example of how to respect and treat a woman. And you wonder why they are the way they are. They can't help it. Now, for those who did come up in the house with both their parents and no real excuse as to why they don't know how to treat a woman, shame on you. And fuck you for being a pussy ass nigga. I'll say it. Because at the end of the day, there's so many good men and so many good women out here that are getting fucked over by people who are not in tune with their emotions. They're not in tune with their, historical baggage, like the stuff that's happened to them throughout their life. They haven't addressed that stuff. They haven't cleansed. They haven't healed within themselves. So then they get with people and they spew all that hurt and all that damage and all that other stuff off onto that person. Now that person is miserable. And now that person wants to go off and find some other type form of happiness, whether it be a nut or a date or a hangout or a conversation or a text or responding to a message or returning DMs, ladies, or whatever the case is, or hopping into your group chat, or hopping on the phone with your girl, or or hopping on fucking Facebook to spew all your fucking business and be the main ones talking about why motherfuckers all in our business. Bitch, we've been in a relationship for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. We've been following all your bullshit because you post all that shit on social media for everybody to see. We're in season 4, episode 7 of your shit because you broadcast it to the world. That's the problem with social media. People ask all the time, why did relationships work out so much better back in the day? A, family structure. B, no social media. Social media has fucked up so many relationships, has got so many people caught up, has got so much beef started, has got so much fucking animosity and hurt and all this other stuff created. Social media. Why? Because it's at your fingertips. Yes, there's 147 bitches on that look better than your girl. But are they really better than your girl? Like, humble yourself, my nigga. She's about the best you're gonna do. And let me pull to the side these niggas that's 30 plus. That's in my age. I'm 36 now. But let's talk to the motherfuckers that's 35 plus. Okay? If y'all don't grow the fuck up, I'm gonna let that simmer for a second. If y'all don't grow the fuck up and stop running around here like little ass kids, behaving like little ass kids, y'all doing shit I see my 14-year-old son doing. He's got an excuse though. He's 14. What's your excuse? You got 20 years on a nigga. But it is what it is, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all up, nigga. Man, I ain't about to talk y'all fucking head off. I don't know who needs to, hear it. Feel free to share it. Feel free to comment on it. But that's my first message for 2021. My first live for 2021. And if you don't like this type of stuff, man, you can go ahead and delete me right now. If you don't like this type of subject matter, go ahead and delete me right now. Because it's only going to be more of this in 2021. Because I want to see better for us. And if you don't understand that, well, more power to you. It's your boy DJ Confidential, man. Feel free to comment, like, and share. Get at me.